We got ourselves another trash renovation. This house was completely neglected for years and it shows. The owners already started showing signs of hoarding because look at the backyard. This started to look more like a dump. Somebody close to the family contacted us so we can try to help them out of the situation because they needed to sell the house, but obviously this house will not be appealing to most buyers because just look at it. It looks like it needs a lot of work. We went ahead and toured the property, and honestly, the plan was to try to salvage this house to see what we can do with it. Do like a normal fix and flip type of situation, go in and renovate it. But after walking the house, and you could like feel it. You know when you walk into a house and you just feel how damp and it just needs work. This house felt exactly like that. It was one of those homes that we're like, okay, I don't know how much we can salvage of this home, but it might be one of those things where we may have to start over. So soon after we left and we walked through the property and we inspected it, we realized that we were just pretty much buying the land. At this point, the house was too far gone to try to fix it. So we both agreed on a price and we are purchasing this property for $80,000. This is one of those houses that we genuinely tried to save, but honestly, it was just easier to start over again. Our goal is to finish this house in about 3 to 4 months. This is a two-part series where we got a house that was supposed to be a simple renovation, but it was too far gone that we had to start all over again. And you won't believe the end result. So we're in the city of Douglasville. I have some clients that purchased this house. This house could not be salvaged. We thought it was gonna be like a fix and flip, something that was gonna be very quick, like super fast and easy to do. But it turns out that the house was just so bad that they just decided to demolish the property. So originally the house was just gonna be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, which was like just this side. So this whole 2-story section was not here. This garage was not there at all. It's a whole different house. There's gonna be an apartment up there above the garage. This was kind of added last minute because the city, they had some issues with the permitting. But there's gonna be an apartment upstairs. This house is gonna have a swimming pool as well. This is something that just happened, and the reason why is because the city of Douglasville gave him so many issues because the house needed to be a certain size and square footage. I believe it was like 1,400 or 1,500 square feet. They were off by like 100 square feet. We thought about, okay, so if they're gonna want more square footage, what makes sense? Because adding another room is not gonna make sense. I told them, hey, let's go ahead and add a garage, and above the garage, let's do an apartment, kind of like some type of suite, right? So you're gonna have a nice bedroom and a bathroom up there. So if someone who has like say older kids or they want to have just a guest room or something like that, it's going to be awesome. So now the house is going to be a 4-bedroom house, and this kind of a quick thing around the issue of permitting in the city, which can be the part that delays you the most. This house is going to have a swimming pool too. So this house is going to have a master on the main, and then you're going to have a whole apartment up here, which is totally different than the other listings. When you're thinking about doing new construction, doing flips, like what is going to set this house apart from everything else that's already for sale? It's been sitting on standby because the city has been just a pain to deal with. If you have to build a house in the city of Douglasville, or if you build a house in the city of Douglasville, you know how difficult they can get. But finally, it's good to see some progress on this house, and we're gonna go ahead and check it out. Now we're gonna walk inside of the house. Right here, it's gonna be your living room. Your kitchen is supposed to be over here on this side. Primary bedroom here. There's gonna be a bathroom, if I'm not mistaken. And then you have 2 rooms on this side, right there. Oh look, there's still a little bit left of the old house. Right there. Just noticed that we don't have an opening to the garage, so we're probably gonna have to do something in here or maybe here just noticed that right now. So we're gonna have some type of way to get into the garage, or maybe on that side, but see, that's gonna mess it up. I think it's gonna have to be here. So now we're in the garage, which has the steps to go to it. Ceiling's very high, pretty good for a garage. I hate the garages that they're like 9 feet tall. It needs to be about 10 because you need to have storage and everything up there. But this is probably the only thing original about the house is this wall right here, and everything else is just brand new. Let's go upstairs. Oh, wow. This is gonna be huge. We're in the room above the garage. Look, you can tell this used to be the original height of the house, and then they added all of this to just make it nicer because they had to add this part to the house. Backyard right here. And then you have the pool over there. In the next episode, you'll see the finished house and the end result. This house turned out to be amazing. We're also going to discuss the numbers and how much we spent on this property and how the house sold really fast.